The boundary between presidential power and the rule of law is being redrawn in early 2026. A recent Supreme Court development has sent shockwaves through Washington, but the impact is unexpected. While many viewed a specific legal loss for Donald Trump as a setback, analysts suggest it may have acted as a catalyst for a more controversial strategy, the invocation of the Insurrection Act. To understand the stakes, we must look at the law itself. The Insurrection Act of 1807 is a federal law that empowers the President of the United States to nationally deploy the military and federalize National Guard units. Historically, it was used in extreme cases like the 1992 Los Angeles riots. However, the law is famously vague. It gives the president massive discretion to determine what constitutes a breakdown in law and order. Reports indicate that recent judicial rulings against the administration on other fronts have narrowed the path for traditional legal challenges. This has led to a strategic pivot. If the courts block administrative actions, the executive branch may look toward emergency powers that are harder for judges to restrain in real time. The current flashpoint is in Minnesota. Following a series of shootings involving federal agents during immigration enforcement, protests have erupted across Minneapolis. On January 15, 2026, the president warned on social media that if state politicians do not obey the law and stop what he called professional agitators, he will institute the Insurrection Act to end the travesty. This creates a significant legal gray area. Under the United States Constitution, the separation of powers is designed to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. However, the Insurrection Act is one of the few tools that can effectively bypass state governors. Normally, a governor must request federal troops, but under certain sections of the 1807 law, the president can act unilaterally if they believe federal laws are being obstructed. What are the scenarios moving forward? Scenario A involves legislative reform. Members of Congress are already discussing bipartisan efforts to update the act, requiring more transparency and shorter time limits on troop deployment. Scenario B is a potential constitutional crisis. If the act is invoked without a clear, objective threat to safety, it could trigger an immediate standoff between the White House, the Pentagon, and state governments. This is not just a debate for lawyers. It affects the very nature of American democracy. A Supreme Court loss that was intended to limit a leader may have instead highlighted the most powerful and unchecked tool in the presidential arsenal. The 1807 Insurrection Act was written for a different century, but in 2026, it has become the focal point of a struggle for the future of executive authority. As the political temperature rises, the question remains, are the guardrails of democracy strong enough to hold?